Spongebob Squarepants, Nickelodeon's yellow absorbent golden child that since 1999 has entertained people of all ages with its genius writing, hilarious jokes, and timeless characters. SpongeBob was always meant to be a character that would bring joy to others, and for over 20 years, he's done exactly that, with 12 seasons of over 250 episodes, plus 3 movies, and multiple video games. Steven Hillenburg's underwater creation has entertained those worldwide, and is showing no sign of stopping. But what if SpongeBob wasn't so joyful? What if instead of causing laughter and memories, he caused screams and scars? Nickelodeon is willing to take some jabs at this with a few jokes and cameos they've made here and there, including a direct reference to the Squidward suicide creepypasta. But to make an entire SpongeBob product in the horror genre might be a step too far for the channel that's meant to be for a younger audience. Nick is kids after all. It's so fortunate that we have the power of the internet, fair use, parody, and individuals who know a thing or two about game development, who are able to do exactly that. Today on Cackling Pumpkins, we'll be going over 5 indie horror games that star SpongeBob Squarepants. If nautical nonsense be something you wish, then keep watching, because this is the withered world of SpongeBob horror. Spongebob Slendypants. The first game on this list is quite possibly the oldest as well. After Slender the 8 Pages released online, many individuals attempted to recreate its magic with Slender Man, a new monster entirely, or a famous icon turned evil. Spongebob Slendypants is exactly this. You play as Patrick, who's walked up on land to collect 8 pages before he dries out. But dehydration is not the only problem that Patrick faces. Something has happened to SpongeBob, and now he's after his best friend. Though the game does lose a few points for its uninteresting map and how SpongeBob is just a slightly recolored model with no animation. He just glides around on the ground and stops in place as soon as you look at him. He's just standing there, menacingly. The Krusty Seller. Remember that classic episode of SpongeBob? Season 3, Episode 12, Chocolate with Nuts. SpongeBob and Patrick want to become entrepreneurs, much like the ones they saw in Squidward's mail, so they decide to sell chocolate bars to those in Bikini Bottom. Things don't go as planned, however, due to the characters they meet. Well, someone thought it was a great idea to take the insane chocolate-obsessed characters from this episode and make an entire horror game about them. Mr. Krabs has hidden the secret Krabby Patty formula in a chocolate bar, but has lost it in a cellar. He gets SpongeBob to go down and search for it. As SpongeBob searches for the chocolate bar, he is followed by both of the elderly women he's met before, though all they really do is act as obstacles standing in your way. Once you retrieve the chocolate bar, a third threat arises. The crazy man who chases them down for chocolate is here, and once he sees you, he'll give you chase with his mouth wide open. Give your way back to Mr. Krabs and give him the formula before something worse than plankton takes it. 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab. You play as Mr. Krabs after hours in the Krusty Krab. All you have to do is finish a few more tasks and you can go to your boatmobile and head home. Sounds easy enough, but an unwanted guest has arrived. The sash ringing, the flash singing, the slash-slinging slasher! Mr. Krabs now must finish all the final jobs needed to close down the Krusty Krab while avoiding the hash-slinging slasher, gather the money earned, search for pennies in the trash cans, pack the leftover Krabby Patties, and lock up the store before you're caught by a familiar face. Spongebob's Day of Terror. All of these games seem to be based on classic episodes of the series. The Krusty Seller is based on Chocolate with Nuts, 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab is based on Graveyard Shift, and Spongebob's Day of Terror is based on the Season 1 episode, Rock Bottom. SpongeBob must collect objects to get the money needed to ride the bus back home to his pineapple under the sea. But he's followed by those of Rock Bottom. Get $9 worth of objects, and buy a bus ticket before you're whisked away to the unknown by a glove balloon from Glove World. And remember, be careful. Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom. All of the games on this list can be beaten very easily and quickly. It would take you less than an hour to beat all 4 of them. If only there was something with a little more chum inside of it. Well, there is a game in production right now called Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom. Havoc seems to be wreaking all around town. The Krusty Krab, Glove World, the classic neighborhood. Almost nowhere is safe. Invaders have come and started to take the bodies of both jellyfish and people. SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs must find out what's happening and survive along the way. Unlike the other games, this one seems to have more than one level. Follow Left Glovey as he's kidnapped SpongeBob, find Squidward's art and clarinet as a giant jellyfish invades his home, retrieve Gary as SpongeBob is followed by Doodlebob and his lackeys. There's much more to come out of this game as it's still in development by the time of writing this script. The game is the most unique, has an original art style, a full story, multiple enemies and objectives, and is much longer than any of the games on this list. The developer, Dave Microwave, has even made dozens of other games that you can play on itch.io. Some include Dora is Dead, Scooby Horror, A Nightmare on Sesame Street, Strange Terror from Beyond the Stars, Courage's Curse, and is even the creator of 3 AM at the Krusty Krab. The developer has a lot of passion to share with others, so feel free to give him a follow with the link in the description down below.